Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Saturday night to join me. I really do appreciate that. I myself am fresh off eating some tacos. My roommate and I are always eating tacos for dinner. I gotta tell you, it's something simple and easy to make, and as my roommate pointed out, it wouldn't quite be a New Mexican lifestyle if we didn't have them at least once a week. And so that's just kind of where I am. Also, I want to talk tonight about Caitlin Clark, who is probably right now my favorite person in the world, honestly. This young lady can play some basketball, and I really thoroughly enjoy that without bound of limitation. I'm just saying that I love basketball. If you didn't know that about me, I slept with a basketball for years as a kid. I've spent more time sleeping with a basketball than I have any other human being. Isn't that crazy? I love basketball. True story. And it's been a big part of my life. I'm 37 years old. When I was younger, I kind of thought that for some reason when people got old, they stopped enjoying the things they used to do. Kind of my idea of a future of depression. Thanks, mom and dad. But anyways, it's just sort of like I feel like that. I feel like back in the day, I was born in '87. Adults were saying they were old when they were 30. And I'm sure maybe you've heard this before in your life, people complaining about their age when they're not even 40 yet. I say this because maybe it's not just me. Maybe it's because typically in your 30s or somewhere in your 20s, you just kind of forget that you had dreams and forget that you had hobbies, and you trade them in for adult stuff like mortgage payments on a house and kid tuition stuff. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying that I really, I enjoy basketball. I always have, always. I've always enjoyed basketball. When, it doesn't matter how old I am, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I still to this day will drop anything and everything to play a game of basketball. This is my extent to the love of the game. And Caitlin Clark, you feel me? If you don't know who this woman is single handedly reinvigorating the game of basketball. Moreover, as a professional athlete, she's doing what she gets paid to do. And unfortunately for all of the WNBA players, that's not a whole lot of money. Nonetheless, let's keep in mind that Caitlin Clark is the leading NCAA collegiate scorer of all time, men or women. This girl, this young lady, this 22-year-old is making all different types of fillings go on all over the country as it concerns the love of the game. Now, I come from that place. I come from a place where basketball is it. My friends and I, that was just what we did. That was how we settled problems. That's how we did not create problems. Playing basketball and being an athlete in and of itself is something really special. And I say that because if you've ever competed and just competed in any kind of organized athletics, you know what I'm talking about. It's addicting. You want to be the best that you can be. And I always enjoyed being on a good team. There's nothing like being a part of a good team. You feel me? It's just, it can't be done without a good team around you. Even despite what the greats like Michael Jordan would say, I always feel like the 90s Bulls are always and will forever be underrated. Jordan had an excellent supporting cast. It was not just Michael Jordan, but the business part of this kind of brings him up in this conversation. And I say that because Caitlin Clark can save the WNBA. The WNBA is not in a place that is a place to where they can make any kind of change immediately. And Angel Reese, for talking all the smack that she does and currently just being named Defensive Player of the Year, that news just broke today. I just don't feel like it's very deserving, and I feel like Caitlin Clark is hands down the best WNBA basketball player. This girl's got game. This girl's got passion. This girl's got heart. And I think that speaks to every fan out there who has had an opportunity to play the game of basketball, even if it is just for laughs and giggles on a school playground basketball court. Basketball is special for a lot of people. It doesn't take a whole lot of money. All you need is a inflated ball and some pavement and a basketball hoop, and you got yourself endless entertainment. That's probably why, working class people that grew up in these environments like myself, it didn't ever cost my parents a dime. Okay, my parents, they didn't have to pay $1 for me to play basketball. And it was always something that I took pride in as a kid because I knew that basketball was a cheap sport. I knew that I couldn't play other sports that required a lot of money and a lot of support from family because it just wasn't there for me. And so, like a lot of loners and people who are trying to avoid other things in their life, play basketball. It's a very developed sport. It keeps a person real focused on what's going on and stuff. And I say this specifically about basketball because that's my experience. And every time and anytime I watch Caitlin Clark play, I feel like playing basketball. This is the same type of feeling I used to get when I'd see young Kobe or I'd see even a young Shaq in the 90s. Obviously, Michael Jordan in the 90s. True story. I got to see Michael Jordan play a basketball game in real life. It's one of my biggest flexes because I understand how rare that is. Not a lot of people seen Michael Jordan play in real life. I mean, there are 82 games in a season, 41 of them being home, 41 of them being away. So definitely a lot of people saw Michael Jordan play. But I tell you, not very many people had an opportunity to see Michael Jordan play because, I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And so the fact that I got to see Michael Jordan play on one of the greatest basketball teams, or on arguably one of the greatest seasons ever played, is something that I'm flexing because that's a true story. Also, they played the Seattle Supersonics, which was a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals that year. So yeah, I got to see GP play too, and Sean Kemp. Like I just, it was a really awesome day, and so basketball has been something that again is just really special to me, and I just. Pundits out there and boomers and people who've never picked up a ball are talking about the impact that Caitlin Clark is having now on the WNBA. I just want to take it a step further and say that anyone who's ever actually played the game of basketball and has seen this girl play, even just for a handful of seconds, understands how special she is, not just as a basketball player, but as an athlete. And it really is important for the WNBA to recognize their stars. And Angel Reese, maybe on a value meal at McDonald's, and she may have really good rebounding skills, and she's averaging a double-double, but she's not Caitlin Clark level. She's just not. To even put her in the same breath of conversation, I think, is insulting, because Caitlin Clark is not attacking back with words. She's putting numbers on the board, and the numbers she's throwing up on the board are far greater than anything that Angel Reese or Team USA had given her credit for last year. And shame on, like, all of Team USA for not welcoming this woman with open arms, because after all, you did choose to exclude the greatest WNBA player currently at the cost of being PC because Angel Reese is feeling some type of way that Caitlin Clark is better than her. Wouldn't you know? What a sore loser. Angel Reese is a great basketball player. I'm not hating. But, I mean, when you start hating on other basketball players and calling them out, the ball doesn't lie. Caitlin Clark is unable to lie when she's got control of that rock and she's going up and down the court. She leads the league in assists and points, for a rookie. I mean, what a just it's crazy. I mean, some of the players that have come out of the NCAA, I mean, including the likes of your Jordans and some of the other all-time collegiate greats that have been male traditionally, she has more points than any of them. Just a friendly reminder, as a college athlete, and she still wasn't getting any love, and she still gets no love from the WNBA. And for the record, the WNBA has not made a single dollar ever in its entire history of operation. So, I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, once you make a single dollar, WNBA, then maybe as a league you can make some decisions that are better or worse for the owners and the development of the league and the players and so forth. Obviously, you want it to be better, but still, it's just non-existent conversation when you choose to alienate the woman that is in all likelihood going to be the face of the league for the next 15 years. Caitlin Clark, I can't imagine if this woman stays healthy and she is able to not engage with the haters. We're looking at one of the greatest athletes in real time that we will have ever seen. And at the end of the day, I can assure you that this woman will end up with more WNBA titles than any other woman in WNBA history. And that's saying something. She will, without question, accomplish this. I think she'll even be in the running for like leading her team to go like on the first three-peat, you feel me, in WNBA history. And dare I say, crack the three-peat and go for four in a row. Because this girl, again, just did like do those things in college for Iowa, and she's going to do them again for this league. And we should be so lucky. I want to see a basketball game with Caitlin Clark in it. I will stand in line for hours. I want her jersey. This woman can play basketball. Hands down, Caitlin Clark is a GOAT. You feel me? And people like Angel Reese and other people that are coming out to like not support her on some other type of vibe, listen, shut your face and play basketball. Let the ball speak. If you feel a certain type of way about this woman, then like play basketball and be better than her. Or if you can't, don't be such a sore loser and thank this woman for putting the league in a place to where it has always deserved and it always needed to be, but no one has ever been Caitlin Clark. No one was ever Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan. You feel me? So it's really important, I think, that the league treats this lady with the most amicable circumstances that can be afforded to an athlete that is single-handedly making middle-aged men all over the country want to throw everything away in their life like they have anything so that they can pick up a basketball that they buy from Walmart for under $10 and find the nearest blacktop asphalt that they can play that has a hoop so they can enjoy themselves. I'm about it. I love basketball. I love a good good competitor. I love a good competition, and Caitlin Clark is all of those things. So shout out to the haters who, for some reason or another, want to bring this girl down. Like, she ain't having it. And at the end of the day, we'll come back in 15 years and talk about how Caitlin Clark is one of the all-time greatest athletes on a professional level for this country that we have ever seen. So, yeah, you go get him, Caitlin. All right. Have a really good night. My name is Albert. This was Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for hearing me talk and being a part of my life. I really do appreciate it. And so I will see everyone tomorrow. All right. Bye.